Hello everybody and welcome to Bright Weird. Interesting subject this one, because today we're going to be talking about how Santa stole Christmas. To start off, traditionally, in the days of old, Christmas was always a time of peace and reflection, a season to spend with your family, to pray and to meditate, at a time when the veil between dimensions was just a little bit thinner. Around this time of year, there are other festivals around the world, and one in particular, Saturnalia, which was a Roman pagan festival. What that was about overindulgence and excess, and it was the one where the masters would serve their slaves for the day. But Saturnalia was traditionally celebrated on the 17th of December. It had nothing to do with the winter solstice on the 21st of December or the traditional Christmas, the birth of a celestial new year, if you will, on the 25th of December. The true Christian Christmas was never about overindulgence and excess. But as society evolved over millennia, so did this figure, the figure of a jolly man, the figure of Santa, if you will. And he was first associated with adult entertainment, can you believe, in Tudor times, and later associated with the giving of gifts. Now, traditionally, this Santa Claus or Father Christmas, well, he had many faces, and in the Victorian times he was depicted as a sprite or an elf wearing green clothing, and in Germanic culture he might have been accompanied by a demon-like figure called Krampus, and Krampus would steal away the naughty children. Now I like Krampus, he's not hiding anything, he's saying it like it is, an honest character there for sure. Now, like I said there, the Victorian Santa was depicted in green clothing, but it was not until the 20th century when the large bearded man with red clothing on came to the fore. And this change in clothing, believe it or not, was due to an absolutely genius marketing decision by a particular popular fizzy drinks company. Now, you're not going to believe this. I couldn't believe it when I read it. Maybe it's not true. Don't believe everything that you read on the internet, or don't believe everything you listen to on YouTube. I mean, this video is just for entertainment after all. But look, apparently the change in clothing was due to the marketing decision of a popular fizzy drinks company. This isn't product placement, by the way. I should be hiding that. Now the change in colour, red and white, and what have you. Now, this particular fizzy drinks company, I might add, the original recipe contained a very popular white powder. So think about it. Father Christmas, right, was actually a drug dealer, and he made so much hard cash he managed to buy the whole of the North Pole. And you thought the Jimmy Savile scandal was bad. Well, but it gets worse. The monster that is commercialism has now also seized on the success of a particular fizzy drinks company and taken the Santa figure to drive its never-ending hunger for sales. And you could call this the triumph of the material world over the spirit. The true meaning of Christmas, a time of peace and love and reflection, is depicted normally by an upward-facing pentagram to represent the triumph of the spirit over the material world. But for many people now, the star is upturned, and the season has been made a time for excess, unnecessary spending, advertisements bombarding you from every angle, a time for spending and greed and the need for things that you do not need, while the family and the spiritual essence of this beautiful season are totally lost. It should also be noted that Santa is an anagram of Satan. Now, Satan is a word that literally means adversary. And as Santa represents the opposite to the true meaning of Christmas, he literally is the adversary to the true Christmas. Santa is a depiction of the anti-Christmas or the antichrist. Santa, a figure of overindulgence, the one who comes down the chimney once a year and steals all the parents' money and brings misery and suffering for the following year. Now, there's a little jingle you might have seen on advertisements, and it's the holidays are coming. These commercialised monsters cannot even bring themselves to say Christmas is coming. But it's not just the holidays that are coming, of course, because it's not just the holidays that are coming, it's also the dentist, because if you drink from the tainted, fizzy goblet of Satan, all of your teeth are going to fall out. But honestly, there should be a level in Dante's Inferno reserved just for this monster. Perhaps there is one, right in the centre, sealed in ice from the waist down. But all joking aside, I do pray that you and your family have a great Christmas and that you're protected from the beast of commercialism. Unless, of course, that's your thing, in which case, I wish you well. But for others, do the right thing. Spend time with your family, go to church or your temple or your stone circle, whatever your thing. Sing with friends and sing with that family and pray. Pray for peace and goodwill to all mankind. Merry Christmas. I'm Steve, this has been Bright Weird Humbug.